Really hot day out here at the range. I'm trying to stay in the shade, so if the color's a little funky, I'm sorry. These are the Winchester Ranger. It's a 230 grain plus P projectile in 45. I've wanted to test these for a while. I think I've only done the SIG V-Crown in 45. I have not tested the HSTs or the Spear Gold Dots yet, but that is on my radar. But I picked these up at a shop not that long ago, and these are arguably one of the best, if not the best, self-defense projectiles on the market. So we're going to test them out here on the channel. We're going to put 5 through the chronograph. We're going to put 5 on steel versus paper, and then we are going to put 1 into the gel and see how it does. So without further ado, let's shoot. Oh, you can kind of see what the projectile looks like. It is absolutely gigantic. Really interested to see how this does in the gel, but first we're going to see how fast it's going. I don't know how fast it's going per the box. Your guess is as good as mine. Error. 869, 883, error, 866, I think that was it. We're going to grab 2 more. I think the sun was right on the sensors, so we're going to put 2 more through there. 855. 887. So the high was 887, the low was 855, the average was 872, and the standard deviation was 11. Not too shabby. So we'll put 5 on the steel, see how accurate it is, and then we'll put, maybe we'll do the paper. Maybe I'll challenge myself. We'll put it on the paper, and then we'll test it in the gel. We'll see how bad I do. All right, on paper. I'm not going to film it up close. 1, my cameras are getting hot, and 2, decide whether or not I want to show you. So, not very good. I'll own that one. Pretty far off. That was the bad thing about this aiming at the paper with 5 different targets on it. Didn't really know where I was aiming per se, but I was off to the left, just pulling my shots some. So I had one up here to the left, and then I hit the paper on that one, and then I just started pulling them to the left. I'm getting kind of tired too, but so I just know I need to aim a little left or aim to the right a little bit when we put it in the gel. All right, I wasn't recording the first time. It went out the side the second time. I have the slow-mo and the hit from the first time, so you'll see that now. And we're going to do this again. We're going to do it right. We're going to get it done. Oh, the joys of YouTube videos. All right, so we're at about 7 yards. I've already got an expanded projectile in my possession, so we're doing this as a formality. We got 14 inches of penetration the first time. We're gonna go again, and that was a beautiful shot. Ejection was that way, that was a little weird. But now, the only thing better than having one expanded Ranger projectile is having two expanded Ranger projectiles. And you know what? They look pretty darn similar. This one's actually a little bit lopsided, which is interesting. I wonder if it hit something. But we'll compare the two back at home. This one's actually all right. Not that bad that I did it twice, because this one is lopsided. Let me grab that other one and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, this one, you could see these oh, now I just made it dirty. All right, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. The projectile on the left had more uniform expansion, and the one that's on the right, the left side expanded down further, and you could see, you can kind of see how that pedal is touching the table, and then on this side it's not. So not super uniform expansion. That's a good shot. See, that one's pretty even and that one's not. So it's kind of good that I did two. All right, well, we are back at the house. I've had a chance to look at the footage. It's a couple of weeks later, believe it or not, and I was deciding whether or not I was gonna scrap this video because the shooting was so bad, but I decided to just keep it going. I was tired. It was hot. It was the end of it was the last video that I filmed, and I was out there for a couple hours, 90 plus degrees. It's hot, and the heat really affects you. It makes you tired, and that affected my shooting. Never said I was a good shooter, or never said I was a perfect shooter. I'm a decent shooter, but definitely not the best. So I decided to keep it once I looked at the footage. So we're gonna finish up the review of this Winchester Ranger T-Series 45 ACP 230 grain plus P. If you've watched the channel for a while, you know how much I love the Federal HSTs, the Spear Gold Dots. They are definitely more readily available than the Ranger T-Series. This Ranger T-Series is more of a law enforcement ammunition, and a lot of the websites that you try to go buy it from will say law enforcement only. So I've tested the 357 SIG. I have the 9mm and the 40. I don't think I've tested either of those yet. I've tested the 45 and the 9 and the 357 SIG. So I need to test the other ones to see how well they do. I know that people have commented saying that these don't perform as well when you put some clothing in front of them. So I think when I get some new gel, because this gel, as you saw, was pretty well spent. The problem with the gel is once I put a rifle round in it, it really sears it because they're going so fast, and it really discolors it. So I do need some new gel. I know. If you want to leave a comment telling me I need some new gel, feel free. But anyway, these rounds expanded more than I thought. I was doing another take and it just wasn't focusing. So I'm going to overlay some footage on here of what these look like. And it's incredible how much these expanded from baseline. So at the baseline, when I measure the projectile, it's 11.16 millimeters. And then when you take an expanded projectile going from tip to tip, tine to tine, flower to flower, petal to petal, it's 24.44 thereabouts. I'm reading off of what I'm taking in the take that you hear, not necessarily the take that you're seeing, but it more than doubled in size. And when you have a 45 caliber projectile and then it doubles, that it more than doubles, that is incredible. That is going to do some damage. You're going to have some incredible stopping power with that, and I really have no doubts in my mind that if you hit your target with this projectile, they're going to have a bad day. So, and I did too, and again, I'll overlay some footage on here. I kind of did it at the range and it wasn't quite focusing well, so I'm going to do it again with my phone. But you can see how one of them expanded on an angle. I don't know if that's because I hit something, because the gel was really well spent, but it still expanded to a point. 24.71, 24.82. So that one expanded even more than the one that expanded straight out. And when you compare them to a SIG V crown, I'm almost certain that this is a 45 SIG V crown. It's 18.53 millimeters. So it's 25% larger at expansion than a SIG V crown, and that is absolutely amazing. So this Winchester Ranger T-Series in 45 is incredible. It'd be really amazing to see what it would do through like an AR 45 or a PCC 45. That would be incredible. We get a little bit longer barrel, get a little bit more speed. If you can get this over 1,000, 1,100 feet per second, whew, that would pack quite the punch. So Winchester Ranger T-Series in 45, absolute winner, but we'll have to test it with some clothing in front. So that'll be probably in a few months. I've got some traveling coming up. So August, September, we're going to hit it hard with the gel test. I'm going to get some new gel, and then we'll be able to do some more testing soon. Thanks for watching. That's going to do it for this one. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section below. We'll see you in the next video.